How you doing there, folks? There's two subjects I wanted to talk about. I want to see if I can try and fit them both into one video. We'll see how it goes. Last night I met up with my friend Michelle. She's a woman in her mid-40s, and we've been friends for a long time, but I see her very infrequently, maybe once every 2 to 3 months. And when I do meet up with her, we have a good hearted, solid, deep conversation, and I'm always left feeling high, I must say, and feeling actualized in a way. Now, what do I mean by that? You see, for Michelle, when I talk to her, she's really present, all right, and she's really genuinely interested and also somewhat concerned about me, and whatnot, but she's present, and there's no distraction, and she's got no prejudices, and she's got none of her own pre-assumptions or something like that. She's just absolutely there. And for myself, it's something that I'm so not used to. I'm like, it's such a wonderful experience to be able to share. Okay, and what I generally do most of the talking, which she's happy about, but I catch her up on all of that's been going on for myself in the last 2 or 3 months, or 1 month, or whatever it is. I mean, so much happens in just a week, so I catch her up, and it's great therapy for me because, for one, obviously that I'm sharing, but on second, the fact is that she's present and that she's not distracted, and she's really receiving what I'm talking about. She's really feeling into what I'm talking about. It's not just like news, or where it's like a news headline, or it's a Facebook update of somebody's friend or something like that. It's real life, and that's what I enjoy, and that's what I don't get a lot of, sadly. And I'm sure many of you folk out there also don't get a lot of real conversation. What I mean by real is that the person is engaged with you and is reaching you on the frequency. Again, I did a talk on frequency not so long ago, but they're reaching you on the frequency where you are operating and where you are coming from. And so so what that does is that it validates and it authenticates as well that your experience in that response, in the feedback, in that sharing. Okay, and that's the healing, folks. I mean, for myself, generally, the conversations that I have with people, where I'm, updating them on my life and what's been going on, they're not very present. They don't really have I would say, a heartfelt depth to what I'm speaking about. It's not real, almost, in a way, for them. They can't put themselves in my shoes or whatever it is. It's very abstract for them. And for myself, what I find tends to happen is that in sharing in such a deep-hearted way with others in that merit, that it's not received, or it's not complimented, and it's not authenticated in a way. It's like I could just be a news reporter or something like that on the TV, and so for myself, the energy that I get back from them, people that aren't coming from the same frequency as me, what I feel is that what I'm saying is almost not null and void, but it's got no merit. There's no pain in it, there's no struggle in it, there's no joy in it, there's no bliss in it, there's no growth in it. It's nothing, it's just words. Okay, it's just words. And so I realize more and more so that I speak less often to people that I feel aren't resonating on my frequency, because it does an injustice to myself. And again, I'm not blaming those people who can't go the distance with me, right, and can't help me actualize my experience. Okay, it's not that. It's just that it's just who they are and what it's about. And at times, of course, it's frustrating and it's lonely, and it's you just want to shake the person and wake them up and say, come on now, really pay attention to what I'm saying. Help me unpack all of this that's been going on for me. Help me just to tease it apart and to look at it and see where there's been the joy, where there's been the pain, what is the struggle, what is the difficulty, what is the battle, what is the joy, what is the bliss, what is the growth. What is the potential? Help me see it. Don't just listen to me as if, again, it's like a passing advert that you see on TV. No, be present with me. Okay, so they can't do that with. I mean, you want to shake them up, but you can't. And this can be somebody, can be your partner, it can be your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. It can be your somewhat best friend, but you just happen to have grown apart, but you still share very fond memories or something like that, right? And so that's the one point, is that what true healing really means, when we're connecting each other on the same frequency and we're helping each other actualize what's going on. Because folks, a lot of the time, I mean, you've probably felt it, that you've had to think something through on your own, but you haven't been able to really get to the hearts of it without having somebody else listen to what you are talking about, right? You don't really have that. And so it's hard to sort of actualize or realize, make it real what you're going through, okay? Because it's very much one-sided. And there's such a beauty, I find, when I'm having, say, a difficult day and somebody recognizes that, and I'm like, thank you for seeing that. It means the world to me. In fact, it's made my day so much better just by seeing that I'm having a tough day, I'm having a hard day. And it's the same when I'm feeling alive and awake and connected and, whatever it is, and they will recognize that. They'll say, wow, you're just looking so alive, you're just looking so healthy, you're just looking with so much vitality, there's such a wondrousness in your eyes, or something like that. And for myself, I'm like, thank you. It's beautiful. They're mirroring me correctly, and I'm being actualized by others. I mean, that's essentially, as children, even in the crib, in the cradle, in a sense, that the child is looking for actualization from the outside world, to know that it exists. I know they did this test. I don't know what it's called. I wanted to upload it to my channel, but it's heavily copyrighted. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like I can't remember what it is. But basically, they have a mother and a child in a room, and the child is probably, or a baby, the child is probably maybe a year or 18 months or something like that, a year and a half old, and the mother is engaging with the baby and making all noise. Maybe it's a 1-year-old child, maybe even less than that. But and the mother's smiling and giggling and kuchiku and whatever it is, and the baby's doing the same, and and getting the mother to laugh and giggling. And then the doctor says, or the psychologist, whoever it is, the scientist or something, says to the mother, okay, now just keep an absolute still face and show no emotion whatsoever, no matter what the baby does, to try and get your attention. And within about 20 seconds of the baby trying to get the mother's attention and fails, the baby starts to cry and scream and fuss and fight. And when you watch this, it's actually a bit traumatizing to see, and to witness to the baby, how the baby is being ignored and not being responded to. Okay, and you can see it almost goes into like a survival mode. It's like, what is going on here? My world is falling apart. Okay, and so bearing that in mind, that's what I'm talking about here. Is that when you look into the world and you just get a cold response or no response at all, you feel in yourself as if you don't exist, and what you're going through doesn't count or doesn't matter, or there's no value, it's not even authentic. It's just sometimes in your imagination. Anyways, folks, so I'll start ending off on that, and I'll keep this as one topic, on this video, and I'll carry on with the conversation that I wanted to on the next video. But yeah, it's really food for thought, and to know that no matter that if we don't have the opportunity or the space or the availability of having somebody mirror us or reflect back to us, that doesn't mean that our experience of pain, of suffering, of endurance, of loss, of loneliness, of despair, or whatever it is null and void. Or the emotions or experiences of joy, bliss, rapture, connectedness, growth, beauty, meaning, etc., is null and void, or has no merit, because we're not sharing with anybody. It's our responsibility that even if we don't have people in our lives to reflect to us, that we do the best that we can to honor our experiences and what we are going through. Alright folks, we'll end off on that for now. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.